what exactly is AFK? And is it beneficial? If you play GTA Online, or any other game for that matter, that rewards you with resources over time, chances are the game will boot you from the session if you remain idle for too long. Meaning, if you're away from your controller or away from your keyboard, hence AFK, the game is going to recognize that you've left and simply kick you from your session and stop you from collecting those resources. However, there are often ways in which you can trick the game into thinking that you're actively participating, without actually playing the game. Now, this video is a little long, so if you want to simply jump ahead to what AFK methods work for 2024, I've put some timestamps below, way down below. Okay, so why does AFK matter? Let's take GTA specifically. In GTA Online, you can accumulate resources without doing anything. If you own a safe in a business, you will continue to accumulate money whether you're grinding Kyle or standing in the middle of a parking lot doing nothing. Same goes for certain resources in the business. Take the bunker, for example. If you have your supplies maxed, you can continue accumulating stocks to sell or unlocking weapons from research without having to do anything. So again, why does this all matter, and why would you want to use an AFK method? Well, the obvious answer is that people would like to accumulate the resources, i.e. money, without actually playing the game for hours on end. But for me, it's a little different. You see, I'm at that point now where I don't need to make any more money in GTA Online. I just like playing the game for fun. So why would someone like me even need to use an AFK method? Well, two reasons. One, for me, it's almost impossible to sit down and get long, uninterrupted sessions playing games. I know there's many of you out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. There's always something that inevitably comes up where I have to step away. And there's nothing more frustrating than having to return to the game and then finding that you've been kicked off. And many of you also know, especially those playing on older consoles, trying to restart GTA can sometimes be very painful. So yeah, this is the first reason. Reason number two is waiting for the game to unlock certain events. Take our recent holiday extravaganza. In order for you to have received the Grinch outfit, you needed to be in a session for at least 48 real-time minutes. Again, if you're like me, where you get interrupted frequently, or you don't have time to sit for one full hour, using an AFK method can be very useful. You can log in, use an AFK, and then come back after the time restriction. Now, I do want to point out that I'm not going over any physical manipulations of the controller. Yeah, this is the most simplistic method to continually go AFK. But for some, this can be difficult to set up, and for me personally, I've always hated the idea of manipulating my controller. Personally, I believe this always adds to the wear and tear of the controller. And with the high cost of controllers these days, plus the added possibility of potentially controller drift coming into play, I've always just tried to locate in-game methods as opposed to physical methods that have you taping or putting something on your controller. Okay, so it's 2024 now, and everyone wants to know what works and what doesn't work. Well, for me, my old hat standby has always been the LS car meet method. As you're seeing here, all you needed to do was head to the test track, pick a vehicle, and then once you spawn on the track, simply turn around and head back to the ramp. This would cause the game to be paused and where you can then go AFK for an unlimited amount of time. Well, not anymore. With the recent patches, you will now get kicked after approximately 15 minutes. And as a sidebar, this is typical. What I've found is that the maximum time allotted for GTA AFK is roughly 15 minutes. Any longer and you will get booted. All right, so here's some additional AFK methods that I've seen people use that, for me, they just don't work. Maybe it's just me, but it's not, because I have proof, and I'll show you. The first is the security camera method. For this one, simply head to any security camera setup. For me, I'm showing the system in my nightclub. You could also theoretically use the system in your office building, and then what you want to do is select the option to begin viewing the security camera. Once you select the camera screen, you could then technically go AFK. Again, not anymore. I got booted after, you guessed it, 15 minutes. Now this next one I've seen people use more recently, saying that it works. Now, to be fair, there are variations of this method that still work, but not all of them. This is the option where you head to any of your businesses, offices, apartments, or garages that offer you the options before entering. In this case, I'm heading inside my nightclub, and the option screen comes up asking me what part of my nightclub I want to enter. Once you get the screen, you could then go AFK. Well, no, not anymore. Now again, there are variations that this does still work, which I'll get to in a bit, but for businesses at least, this is a no-go. The last option which I found did not work was entering garages, at least garages that have a menu selection when you enter. The Eclipse Boulevard garage is a perfect example. The method involved heading to the entrance, and then once the mini animation completes, you would be provided an option menu to select which level to enter. Once you reach this screen, you would then be able to go AFK indefinitely. Until now. Okay, now for some methods that do work. I'm only going to go over 2 that I think are your best bet. If you have others, then by all means, you can drop a comment below. But I'm only going to cover these 2 because I think they are A, the easiest, and B, they are readily available to almost everyone playing the game, including newcomers. For instance, I know the orbital cannon method at the facility is a method that works, but I'm assuming there's a lot of people out there that either don't own the facility, or if they do, they may not have the orbital cannon as an option. Alright, the first and most trusted AFK method that works, at least for me, is going to your office building. Just like the business in the garage method mentioned earlier, this one is performed exactly the same. You head to the entrance, you wait for the mini animation scene to complete, and then go AFK when the option screen comes up. Now, I'm recommending this because almost every player should have access to a business building. Even if you have no money, I think Rockstar still provides a startup business building for free. I tried this method yesterday, set the timer, and yeah, I went way past 15 minutes and beyond. No kicking received. The last option is the horse track betting room in the casino. Again, I'm mentioning this as my top recommendation because literally every player can do this. I believe you need to pay a $500 upfront membership fee to be able to bet in the casino, but in today's GTA, $500 should be pretty easy to get. So once you get to the casino, simply head to the inside track area and then go to the horse betting room. You can pick any chair to sit down in and then select the option to place a bet. Once you get to this screen, that's it. You are now officially away from your keyboard or controller and can let the game run in the background without you being booted. Alright, so that's it, my friend. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to help out, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. Are you a player that uses AFK a lot? If so, are there additional recommendations you want to add? If so, drop a comment below and let everyone know. Until next time, be happy, be well, be safe, be mighty, be the one maestro.